When I say that we have a specialist problem in the United States, and really like anywhere where colonial capitalism and colonial anything is normalized, what I mean, I explain briefly in my new book, We Are Fucking Machines, Why We Are Like This and What We Can Do About It, where I make clear that the sources that I cite in fields that I am not a part of, I am reliant on their expertise, as we all are. And I say, I should also make it clear I am relying on the accurate interpretation of experts sharing these works done by specialists in fields I am not trained in. However, if anything, that's the risk we all take in needing to be properly informed in this sickening, disabling, and deadly environment. Because, for those who don't know, most academics are trained into a research specialty. We are forced down a very narrow way of understanding the world that often neglects, which is why I point out colonial anything. It neglects, in the way a colonial perspective does, the ecological connected nature of all things. So we learn a lot down a very narrow perspective, which is useful, but then we often lose sight of the things that are deemed not important enough or like irrelevant or whatever, and we lose sight of the way that everything impacts other things. And I talk about that throughout the entirety of chapter 2. Because again, when I am studying things as someone that is an expert in media and language. So when I study something that is outside of my field, seemingly, what I am doing is studying it from my experience, my expertise. I am studying it as someone that critiques and understands the historical flaws and benefits of media and language usage. That's why I talk about it. I never go in and say, that toothpaste article that I cited, I know how the studies are run. I know how to attest how much lead is inside toothpaste, because that's not what I do. What I am saying is this study that is one source that should only be understood as a single source that needs to be triangulated with future research. Sorry, really loud cars. We need to recognize that because we already know that the overarching colonial capitalist system is contaminating, sickening, disabling, and killing us, that this would not be surprising if this source, regardless of their own unique background, regardless of what agenda they might have, regardless of whatever, any source and any media can be correct or not, including humans trained into specialties that are biased. There is no one objective, there is no one universal. All we have is acceptance of our own biases and operation from and attempt to triangulate with the best knowledge that we have available. We only know what we know, everything becomes normal in repetition, and everything is connected. We often forget that.